Welcome back to Greels, Reels, everybody, the podcast where I chat with athletes that I've gotten the pleasure of getting to know through working in the crazy world of sports. I'm your host, Robert Greeley, and today we have a defenseman like none other, Cody Van Lierop. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing awesome.
Yeah,
I'm so glad to be here right now and on the East Coast.
Yeah. So we're filming this from the East Coast today. We just the video episode that came out last night was us trying some oysters, like the best oysters in Halifax from like the reviews that I could find. And I mean, we didn't try anywhere else, but it was pretty solid. I think they could live up to that reputation.
Yeah, I don't have anything to compare them to, so I'm gonna say they're the best.
Yeah. It's all right. You're here to hear first, folks. Those oysters that we had, best oysters in Halifax.
Like, are we Barrington? Like, do we plug their name? Like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Barrington.
I think we gotta put it out there now. Like,
Yeah.
if you're coming out here, go to Barrington.
Yeah, go to Barrington. I think our server too was like super nice. Said that if it was his last day on Earth, he would go and eat the oysters. Which we were like, man, that's a strong opinion. I don't know if we agree with it, but
no, the steak and potatoes. Can you give me that in there?
Yeah,
and, I'll be happy. So
yeah, that would last meal. Steak and potatoes?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd go with my mom's sweet and sour meatballs with rice.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Or I like my mom's shepherd's pie.
Yeah. Eh?
So I guess meat and potatoes. So yeah.
It's just in a pie form, right? It's all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but yeah. So we're on the East Coast. We're in Halifax, living life right now. The GGs are in the national tournament for U Sports, and the first thing we'll talk about is, the unfortunate life of injuries as an athlete. And so I mean, you've had a tough year. I'll let you speak on that.
Yeah. So I tore my ACL, damaged my meniscus, and I slightly sprained my MCL. I think that was the full diagnosis, but probably it was right after we came back from Germany. We played the 3 games over there, and then came back. We had a team workout. It was kind of a Saturday in the morning, so it was, I jumped up for a ball playing basketball, came down and said see you later to the old knee.
It's unfortunate, and you've kind of gotten to watch this season from the stands. What's it like to go through that?
It's weird. Like, this is basically my first ever serious injury where it's taken me out of a substantial amount of games. So being on the outside, kind of looking in, especially through our team success this year, it's been definitely difficult. I've tried to stay around. I can work out and everything, so I've been trying to stay around. But not being able to go on the bus with the guys to road games and not getting the full experience of being on a hockey team, which is my favorite thing. Hockey's one part, but being with the guys is the best part of being on a team in general.
Yeah.
That's been kind of the biggest thing that I've been missing.
How have what are some things that kind of despite all that keep you in good spirits?
Definitely the guys, obviously. They've been awesome with me. No matter what's been going on, they're always incorporating me with everything. I don't feel like I'm kind of the straggler, the guy that's being left behind. But then also our training staff of Shannon, Sarah, Megan, Chrissy when she was here before she left on mat leave. They've been unbelievable. They've been really kind of a backbone for me, and having someone to talk to. The 4 of them were awesome through this, and they're still awesome. And I'm staying this summer just a lot for the rehab with Shannon specifically, but also Sarah.
Yeah. No, it's it definitely does always help to have somebody in your corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about right now, I guess something that I didn't realize before we got to chatting, but you were this guy. People might not know him, so we might have to describe him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if anybody who's listening knows who Connor McDavid is, but he's pretty good at hockey, and Cody was his teammate there for a little while growing up. But yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, everybody knows who McDavid is if you're a hockey fan. But what was it like playing with that guy?
just unbelievable. Like it would definitely. We were younger, so like I didn't realize that. Well, I kind of realized how good he was, but like being a young kid, like you're having fun doing like playing with them, like hanging out. But like the things you do in games that you just be like what's going on here? Like that's not normal. Like going down on a breakaway, going like through the legs, like bunk, and he's like no big deal. But yeah. Got pleasure playing with him, and then Sam Benn, who's on Calgary, and Travis Dermott on the Leafs.
Yeah.
And we were all on the same team, and we definitely had some success.
Yeah, won a few championships.
Yeah, we had four straight for our league, and then like we had one season where we went like 32-0.
Yeah, it just wasn't even fair.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't.
What was the biggest margin of victory you remember?
I had 17-1. Against North Central Predators.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know if I got a point that game. I am a defenseman. Yeah. Always have.
Oh man, were you on the ice for that one goal though?
I don't remember. We might have put it in our own net.
Oh man, 17-1. That's rough. If you remember, at what point are you like, okay, we're starting to feel bad for these guys?
I think we ended up putting in a rule where it was like you had to make like 3 or 4 passes before we could score.
Oh, man.
So I think that like at that point you're like ooh, I don't know if this is the most fair game going on.
Yeah, it's always tough. But I mean, you got a future generational player on the other side. Like there's a little silver lining, I guess, when you lose 17-1.
Yeah, like when they look back at it, they're probably like, okay, that's understandable.
Any interesting stories from those days with those guys?
Like it was definitely a while ago. Like that was when I think it was from 8 to either 12 or 14, somewhere in there. That's when I was playing with them. But like just going, like we went to the Quebec Pee Wee tournament, and we went to the finals of that, and that was an absolute time. Like going, like I think it was 2.5 weeks all the way there, and then we ended up playing Al McInnes's the St. Louis Junior Blues in the finals, and we lost 4-2 or 4-3. But that whole experience and being with those guys every day, like it was unbelievable. Like it was something that I remember and I will remember for the rest of my life. Yeah.
No, it's pretty cool. It's always interesting to kind of see where people end up, and some find great careers in their respective fields, but then others actually really do make that whole NHL dream, right?
Yeah.
Talking about respected careers, I mean, they're respected careers. You're in a pretty interesting field, studying in engineering. What's that like?
It's fun. My family is like construction family. Like my dad's a construction worker. My mom's whole family ran a company construction. So like I love that. Love that field. Mm-hmm. So I kind of wanted to take a step further. So I went into the engineering field, like civil, as well as my brother is a civil engineer, and he's 5 years older than me.
Okay.
So kind of looking up to him, obviously, and seeing what he did and being able to ask him questions, and it seemed very interesting, and that's kind of what got me thinking about it. But it definitely is difficult to balance that as well as hockey. And then on top of that, this year with the injury, having rehab and all that stuff.
What have you done to manage it?
Definitely it's like time management is the biggest thing. Making sure that I'm up to date on all my stuff. Like as soon as an assignment is coming out, I'm usually like on top of it. Just because you never know what's coming at you. You never know when you need extra time to do like a project or something. So definitely making sure an assignment's out, assignment's done. Get it over with, and then that's my biggest thing is staying on top of it.
Yeah, 100%. No, it was pretty cool to just walk around downtown Halifax. There's a lot of construction on the go, so walking down with you're like, oh yeah, like look at this, and taking in all the engineering factors, and like, oh, if X happens and Y, then you get Z or whatnot. No, it was pretty cool to just kind of see you hop into that like element for a little bit there, but. I want to talk about your time at in the Midwest Prep Hockey League with the Lake Forest Academy there. You spent 2 seasons there. What was that like?
It was an unbelievable experience. So I didn't get drafted in the OHL. I was on a pretty crappy team my minor midget year, and so I didn't really know what to do after that. Like I was kind of hemming and hawing to play like major midget, or try out for a junior A team around there. But then my coach of that team, his son, and then another guy on that team, the three of us went down together to Lake Forest and did like grade 11 and 12 there, like schooling and hockey, and it was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. Like northern Chicago, it's the area's absolutely absurd. Like one of the nicest areas. Like it's where like Michael Jordan and that all live. Like
yeah, for sure.
At least has a house. I don't know if he's living there, but the actual schooling itself was like top notch. Like you have maximum 13 people in a class. Like it's all like small, like really hands on. Everyone was given like iPads.
Yeah.
But then the hockey on top of that, we had like the facilities of the rink on campus as well as the gym. So that definitely helped me improve as a hockey player. Like I think that was where my biggest growth was.
Yeah. Eh?
So yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah, no, Chicago. I've never been. I always want to. Like, it's one of those cities on my bucket list.
It's unreal. It's it's probably my favorite city.
Yeah. Eh?
Yeah, like clean, bunch of stuff to do.
What's the? You're going to Chicago tomorrow. What are you doing?
There's Navy Pier. Like that's where there's some like the World Festival or something like that. They held it there, the last one ever, or something like that. But it's like the Ferris wheel, like almost a full amusement park on there.
Okay.
And then you got to go to the Bean. Like, it's a big giant silver bean. You got to go there, get your little selfies.
Instagram pic, yeah. You see that on Instagram all the time.
Yeah. But and then I would for sure go back to my school.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah, because like my coach is still there. There's still like, lots of like teachers and faculty that are there.
Okay.
And like even a kid I was playing with, he actually teaches there now.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so he went to Lake Forest College, the university there, and then got a job. I think he's in the English department there.
Okay.
But yeah, so I 100% go back there.
Oh yeah. What about the Chicago deep dish? Does it live up to the hype?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I'm
questionable.
I'm just trying to like think like I'm like a deep like I like thick crust and stuff on my pizza. Like I'm not a thin crust guy. Like
right.
So it does live it up. It depends where you go.
Okay.
I think it was Ferentino's was the one that we always and that was
All right.
You get full like the meat lovers on there. It's a good experience.
Fair enough. Okay. But yeah, so then from there you found yourself in the BCHL with the Victoria Grizzlies, and had some good memories there. What are some stories from that town?
Love it there.
Yeah.
I would retire there instantly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like I don't think people like understand. It's like how nice it is there. Like I saw snow once in my 3 years there.
Really?
Yeah, once, but it was absolute mayhem. We had like people didn't really know how to drive. Like no one has winter tires or anything.
Yeah.
So there's a big snowstorm and there's like this little tiny hill and because the guy I was with he was from Ontario too.
Okay.
So no one could get up the hill. So we pulled over on the side and we were pushing cars back down the hill. We were just pushing them around and they're sliding. They're going back down the hill.
Way.
Yeah, I think there was because people were like slowing down and like stopping before the hill, and it's like that's not how you drive in the snow. So
yeah, fair enough. You're not a snow guy then, by that means?
No, I love the snow.
Oh, okay.
I'm the opposite. I love the snow, but then when you have the option that you don't need the snow, it's kind of nice too.
Yeah. I think, I'd like to be in a spot where it's like, you know what, this place isn't going to snow. Maybe it snows on Christmas and then I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I can vacation towards the snow or something like that.
Yeah.
But, no, it's funny you say that because I got an aunt in Bakersfield, California, which obviously not a whole lot of snow there either. Yeah. And it like snowed like probably like not even enough to like get on the ground, right? Like just like flurries almost. Mm-hmm. And she's from Newfoundland, obviously, and she was the only person to show up to work that day. And she works at a grocery store too with like a bunch of people.
Shut down the city.
Oh yeah, the city was definitely in panic mode. But anything else comes to mind with your time there?
Like it was like an unreal experience. Like living in the West Coast. We had an unbelievable facility for like junior hockey, especially junior A. Like it's not the same as CHL really. Like you're not expecting like the nicest stuff and given everything, but like it was a first class organization. Gotten given everything, but definitely some wild experiences like with the ferries and everything because we were on the island and like hopping around. Like the one time and I think it was playoffs. So we went like you go up the island and across to Powell River. And we had because it was like a weird travel. So we played 2 games at home, 3 games there, and then 2 games back home for like best of 7. So had the 2 games at home. I think we split them. We went there and I think we won 2 of the 3. So then we were about to come back, but the ferry got shut down, so we had to stay there, and the boys had a little fun. No, we got stuck there because there's absolutely nothing to do there. It was it's pretty. I think there's one like wood mill, and that's about it. That's there.
Just stranded on the field.
Yeah, we got stranded on an island, but
no, in all honesty though, like sometimes you look at that situation and it's almost like, oh, this is like so unfortunate, but when you look back, like when you're kind of within that, it's like, this was a great time. It was a good bonding experience, and like I said, it's one of the things that you remember from from being there. But it's definitely deemed itself as the BCHL is one of the top junior A leagues in for sure Canada and maybe even North America. A lot of top competition coming out of there. What was it like playing against some of the teams there in that league?
It was like Penticton, like Broads on our team. He was there at the time, but they had like Tyson Jost and Dante Fabro, who were both like first rounders to the show. And then Chilliwack had Cholowski, who's Detroit first rounder. But it was really good competition. Like I think they average over 100 and something commits to like the NCAA year. Which the only other league that I think compares is like the USHL. But in Canada, it's like me personally, I think it's the top tier of junior A. But the competition is really good.
Any memories come to mind?
Playing those?
Playing those guys?
Yeah, so like we had a home game against Penticton, and we're like they were like they won like 42. I don't know if they won 42 straight that year, but they were on they're unbelievable. And so we played them. I think we were down 2-1, and then we scored and made it. It was 5-2 right before the third period, and we were like, like we got this. Like like one of the goals, like Fabro like coughed it up or something like that, and we scored. So we were like all hyped up, and Broads got pulled. And then
does Brody remember that?
I let him know. I let him know because I think he said that was the only time he ever got pulled. So I was like, we did that too. But then so like right before we got a power play, but then I think actually it was a 5-on-3, and they scored
a shorty on a 5-on-3.
So then it just started train. Just boom, 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 and it ended up 7-5 them. And I don't even think there's an empty net. And then one of their guys got that. It was their 50th goal too. Like
just salt in the wound.
For some reason that year, I think there's 2 or 3 guys that had 50 goals, and they always scored their 50th against us.
just rubbing it in.
Yeah.
Okay, and you found yourself in a leadership role too, right? You captained the team there.
Yeah.
I mean, what just from kind of being in that role, and I mean, you've won the A2 for the University of Ottawa. Like, what do you find makes a good leader in the locker room?
I think it's like being like proactive with your thinking, like always kind of trying to figure out what's best for the team and like what's needed. Like for me, I love just going and like talking with the guys, like just having like one-on-one conversations, see how they're feeling, see what's needed. This year's been definitely different for me because I haven't been able to play. Because I'm a leader on the ice as well. Like the way I play, I play a style that not everyone chooses to play. A little grittier, but like off the ice, especially this year, I've been trying to just keep like a positive mood, because you don't want a guy that's injured being like a downer in the room. It's not good for anyone, and it's not good for me. So just keeping a positive attitude is something I think I do really well, and I think I bring that to like our team, and I bring it kind of where, at least I think I bring it anywhere I go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. It's always nice to kind of just, be a fly on the wall and see how everybody kind of interacts with each other, and especially in, different stages, whether it's injuries or if, you're on a massive, like, goal streak, or, you're just, everything's going well for you, and then, like, everything's going absolutely terrible for you. But, yeah, no, so we're here on the East Coast. What's been some favorite things for you? Because I mean, this is like we're not in Newfoundland, but we're close. I mean, I'll this is kind of like my area of Canada. So what do you think?
I enjoy it.
Yeah,
I definitely like the first couple days when it was misty. You couldn't even see across the harbor. I was like, oh, this is the East Coast.
Yeah, classic fog as thick as it can be.
Yeah. And then you just hear the boat horns going, and that's all. You're like, oh, are they coming after me? But it's been really nice. We got an unreal spot, like right on the water with our hotel. And then we're right down from like the Navy. And they're all their ships. Like you don't get to see that. Like out west, I saw that we had the Navy there. They're actually like I think the Canadian Navy SEALs. That was where they're out of. I don't know what they're actually called.
You did the little quotation marks for anybody listening. They're not gonna see that. But
we'll call them the walruses or something like that. I don't know.
Who knows?
But so like seeing that stuff, like it's pretty cool. Like you don't get to see that too often, and then all like the Coast Guard stuff. And then I ventured up to the Citadel up there, and that was pretty cool, but it was the misty day, so I couldn't really see a whole bunch. So
I'm gonna tell you though, like the fog, not as thick as what it would be in Newfoundland. Like
No.
I've seen worse back home. You sometimes like you could have your hand like right in front of your face and still not even be able to see it.
Yeah.
I'll take claim that we've got thicker fog. Maybe somebody from Halifax can debate me on that, but no, and all the games are in the Scotiabank Center too, right? Which is an amazing facility. The Mooseheads play there. It's pretty cool, kind of to see in that rink like all the names on the boards there too, like McKinnon, Ehlers, like Duran, Shahir, Jean-Sebastian Shahir, even like longtime Ducks goalie.
Yeah. No, it's because we went over and practice at their practice facility, and they had we got to go into their room. Yeah. But they, the setup they even had in there, it was top notch stuff.
Yeah, true. Did you say you played against McDavid? Or sorry, McKinnon?
No.
Okay.
Never had it. I think he's a year older than me.
Yeah.
I think it would be the other guys on the team that potentially. I think John did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll cut this thing because I just screwed up.
Yeah. No. I think it's John. I never got a chance to play against him.
Okay. Have you jumped in the harbor yet?
No, I gotta go and dip the foot in, so I can say I've been on
the coast to coast.
Yeah, coast to coast.
Yeah. No, I've done it. It's it's cool.
Like, a little polar bear dip.
Yeah, well, not so much. I mean, when we were in Vancouver, I swam out to this little pier I was telling you before. But I mean, back home too, it's just you hop in any body of water, and technically you've done it, right? Pretty much.
We did out west. We did you do cold baths after the game.
Yeah.
Instead of doing having a cold bath, we'd go and just sit in the water, in the ocean.
Really? What was that like? That was probably pretty cool.
It was cool, yeah. Because we were where our rink was, we were a 2-second drive from the water.
Okay.
So we'd go there, just chill out, especially
do your ice baths in the ocean.
Yeah, especially during the fall when we first get there. It's in the mountains, you see the Seattle.
Okay.
Well, not quite. I think it's Olympic National Park. That's what it is, and seeing that is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, no, unreal. Okay, so this is the part of the podcast where I toss it over to you. So it's a life lesson or anything you want to share, a little story or anything at all. It's on you.
I think for me is the injury, having a perspective on that. I'm going through it right now, and watching the guys go to nationals. Like we're winning. We're doing awesome. Like it's unbelievable to watch. Like, but like for me, kind of being in the backseat of that, it's hard to feel fully a part of it. But like just having a positive outlook on it, having like the ability to see that you are a part of it is something that I feel like people need to hear. Like I don't know if everyone's went through an injury where they've been out for a long time, but I feel like the hardest part is the mental aspect of it.
Yeah.
Especially when you have the rehab capabilities like we have at University of Ottawa, like the strengthening part of it, like Zach and all that, they're awesome with it. But it's mentally is probably one of the harder things I've had to do for sure. Keeping that positive outlook, it's something I've worked on, and I think it's gonna make me a better person. And I just, would love people to like realize like you can talk about it and have the ability to speak to someone about it. And I'm open up if anyone, whoever listens, wants to talk to someone about it. I'm totally open. I know there's quite a few people at University of Ottawa that have kind of had the similar situation. And like Tylo she was the one, she had the same surgery as me before. She was the one that gave me like the cryotherapy I needed, like, and just talking with her a little bit about it, it was definitely helped me out because it was someone in a similar situation.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I definitely think people, if they're going through that, should take you up on your offer because you're a great guy to speak to, and I'm excited to see you back on the ice as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah, I've been skating this week. Oh, it's got me so antsy. Like I want to be back out there so bad, and then like I'm supposed to be like a pylon out there, but you're going down taking shots. I could see Shannon up in the stands just shaking her head.
No, it's awesome, guys. Make sure to go check Cody out. Like all those links are in the description of the YouTube video that we just did. Check that out too. That was a lot of fun. You know, some tasty oysters.
Oh yeah.
But Cody, man, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, man. This is awesome, and happy I did it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. All right, guys. In the meantime, stay best kind.